Okay, so we move to the democracy part, as it was mentioned.
Limited. As Lenin said, democracy yes, anarchy no.
Okay, so we would have two questions. One from audience, one we a bit think in advance. If we
you are an outcoming, you prepared the question. That's what I like. Organized debate. Yeah.
Very organized. Okay, so here we discussed and trying to give a long-term perspective on future development of Europe with the use of foresight. It means a bottom-up approach and identification of issues that goes towards the existing centers of power. So with that, the team selected for this year was culture and science as the area of potential area of development, future development of Europe. So how you would see this as a motivational factor for policy making in the future, because you mentioned before, a fear is a constant motivational factor for policy making, like climate change, economic crisis,
immigrants, whatever.
So how you would see those issues to come up and to be a motivational factors for, I would use this, good governance and better policy making?
Well, that's a big question. The first thing, I think, it's a slightly pessimist one. I like your idea of this bottom-up from outside. First, I think two apparently, I'm very much giving you now like free associations, two apparently contradictory things should be maintained. First, we should fully rehabilitate politics. I think it's part of today's cynical world where we say politics is a whore, don't trust them, and so on and so on. I think that we need more politics in this simple sense of choices are not made in advance. It's not only expert knowledge. You know, politics is not only a question of means to ends, what are our ends, and so on. So we need fully to rehabilitate politics. To stop with this, you know, we are entering some new mystical society of knowledge, there is no politics and so on. Second thing, nonetheless, we should rehabilitate politics, but mistrust politicians. I think that precisely organization like this one, or no, I don't idealize NGOs, they can be very even corrupted and so on. But what I'm saying is that more and more we will need the organized, I don't like the term civil society, it's again very manipulated, but a forum of political organization which is not party-state politics. That's for me the only hope. Initiatives must come from there. Politics can do only the efficient, relatively efficient job of making things run and so on and so on. It's interesting how in all parts of the world where something interesting is happening, like today I think that much more than Chavez, than Venezuela, Bolivia is interesting. It's all about Morales interacting with these different bodies and so on and so on. So that would be my general prescription. The second thing is that we all know how, that's why I like also the topic culture. You know, culture, if anything, it is clear today that culture is no longer just one sphere somewhere up there, to put it in Marxist terms, ideological superstructure. Some people even propose, and I am sympathetic to it, the term cultural capitalism. In the sense that today, more and more, not only is culture in the wide sense, not just opera, concerts, but let us say way of life, cultural experiences, but also, I don't know, transcendental meditation, fitness, whatever, all this which is not directly, this is more and more not only, or even culture in the sense of babysitting, personal services, not only is this more and more important, at least in our developed countries, but even a step further, even the more brutal, direct, primitive, let's call it, economic consummation is formulated in cultural terms. What do I mean by this? Did you notice a strange change in, I always like to read this as a symptom in publicity? reclame, publicity. How this changed? In old capitalism, we had two main modes of publicity, how they address you. First, you at least pretend to refer to real properties of the thing. Like, you want people to buy Land Rover. In the publicity, you will try to prove that it spends less energy, less gasoline, less fuel than the competitors, it's efficient, it goes up steep terrain, blah, blah. You refer to... Then, the next level of publicity is this keeping up with the Joneses, Torsten Wegner, this competitive, that you try to sell a product by referring to its social value in the sense of status symbol, you know. You have this, you signal something to others. But I claim that today we are entering a different domain where more and more, gradually, publicity refers neither to the use value of the object nor to its symbolic value, competitive, like this way you signal to others that what you are, but subjective experience, how it will render your life meaningful. Today's publicity for Land Rover would have been something like, do you feel constrained by your alienated office life? Drive to the countryside with Land Rover, you will feel free, you will feel, you know, and I claim, so that I will give an apparently good example. This is where I mistrust even all this buy organic food. Listen, let's be serious. Do you really think that those half-rotten apples, which are supposedly organic, are really any less harmful than the chemical or whatever apples? Why do you buy it? It's not, I claim, that you really think it will help your health. It's also not, you don't make a great symbolic statement. It's something much more tricky, I think. It makes you feel good. You see, I contribute to environment. I'm not just a stupid consumerist, you know, I do something meaningful and so on. And that's the big art of today. I hate them, which is why this Starbucks coffee, hopefully we don't yet have them here. How the whole of Starbucks coffee is based on this. They tell you, know, with each cup of coffee that you buy, you help a Guatemala child becoming literate. Or now they even have water. They say each bottle of water, it's called ethos, like ethic. Each bottle of water, 5 cents go to, for third world countries to have more drinking. Of course, they profit even more, the company. But what I'm saying is that this is today's cultural capitalism. And I claim the point is not to reject this, but to beat the opponent at its own terrain here. We can give a different twist to it, not just making it into this another more efficient tool of capitalist reproduction, and so on and so on. So again, this would be my what is also important, my advice to us smaller countries, is that, again, the same as I said about how there is no nature, Mother Nature. My practical advice is beware that, how should I put it, I even published a book in French with this title, Was will Europa? What does the Europe want? I was referring to that Freudian legendary question, Was will das Weib? Nobody knows. What does the woman want? And I claim it's the same today. Nobody wants, Europe especially, itself doesn't know what it wants. It's not, so the situation is open today. Europe is in confusion. This can be good, this can be bad. It's bad in the sense that don't expect, there is no big other in the sense of some authority which knows what's going on and will take care of us, but it's also a chance for all of us. You know, like when in this kind of open situations, you must act. You must act. You can carve your space. So I think, again, that we should be here. I claim that, as always, times today, like times of crisis, are times where there are great new chances open. But you must grab the chance. Everything depends on us. I know I didn't answer your question, but we philosophers never answer questions.